and gentlemen, this is Will Schmidt with Schmidt Pest Management. Make sure my light's off here. I am here at a house, this nice, beautiful house, and we're fixing to do a wood infestation report. They used to be called CO100s, but now they are called wood infestation reports. Basically what that means is that we are searching for wood-destroying organisms in the crawl space around the exterior and interior. So it's not just a termite letter, as some people call it. It is a wood infestation report, anything that's going to infest the wood. So termites, boring insects, mold, mildew, that kind of stuff. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take you inside here. We're going to cut to the inside. I'm going to show you this crawl space. All right, we're here in the crawl space. Excuse me. Fortunately, this crawl space is a kind of walk-in crawl space, and when I get into the crawl space, I see it's vast. I can walk almost all the way to the front. And so things that we're looking for in our wood infestation report inspections are just anything out of the ordinary. We're looking for previous treatments, okay? Here on the pillars, these are pillars. It's good. This has got a pretty good vapor barrier, moisture barrier, which all crawl spaces need, honestly. They need a good vapor barrier. The heating elements, or the heating pump is down here. Got to make sure I put my camera where my light is. Excuse me. So it's got a good vapor barrier. It's got a good sub pump in case it kind of floods down here. Adequate venting. When I come underneath the house, I don't smell a lot of a musty smell. Now, the only thing that's going against this house is something that's easy to fix, is this stuff down here. This is called cellulose material. And so in my report, I've got to indicate that there is cellulose material and that it should be removed. Here's the problem with this. Even though this crawl space is a kind of walk-in crawl space, a lot of people want to use this as storage. The problem is that bugs also see it as a house or food. So you can get spiders and camel crickets and all kinds of stuff making a house out of this stuff, or you can get termites that will use it as food and your stuff is ruined. Also, your stuff under here can be subjected to difference in temperature and humidity and all that kind of stuff. So it's always a good idea in your crawl spaces to leave your crawl spaces empty. Just the stuff that's needed. For example, sub pump, okay, just like that. Heating and air units. That's really it. Okay, don't put anything else under. I mean, we got a hose down here. Don't put anything else in your crawl space. Okay, you want to make sure that you keep your house in such a way that if you have to sell it in a month, you can sell it in a month. You don't have to worry about getting things fixed, worry about getting termite damage or termite applications or anything like that. So now there was one little thing that I was worried about, but maybe I can see. It's in this little void here, okay? I can't see everything that's in this void, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of camera work here. And so you're gonna go along with me. So we're gonna stick this camera in. Hopefully I'm not gonna drop the camera, okay? And I'm gonna go back and review this video and just see if I can find anything, okay? Sometimes you gotta use a little bit of tricks in order to do your inspections. Okay, so I'm gonna come back and inspect this a little bit better after I conclude this video, but this is a crawl space, okay? So you can see that we can walk in it, which is good. Some crawl spaces aren't as nice to the bug guy. We always gotta be crawling around. So like, here's Mr. Spider right here. So if you leave your stuff, if you leave stuff in the crawl space, then this little guy is going to get in it, and you know, brown recluses aren't that prevalent here in South Carolina, but they're here, okay? And you don't want to stick your hand in a box and have a spider jump out, a mouse jump out, or something like that. So good idea is to not keep this kind of stuff in your crawl space. So, all right. Next stop, we're going to go inside. I'm going to show you what we're going to do inside, okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back under the house, and right here I have what we call, or not what we call, what it's actually called is a moisture reader. So we're going to turn this guy on. Okay, and what this does is it measures the moisture in the wood, okay? So right now, the humidity down here is not too bad. Now this particular moisture reader reads the percentage of humidity in a crawl space, and right now it's reading 45%. I'm going to switch this over, and it's about 68, 69 degrees down. So this crawl space is actually regulating temperature pretty good. Okay, and this one's at 5. Now, I'm not just going to take that reading. I'm going to go into the different cracks and crevices, different corners, not cracks and crevices, but different corners. Okay, and that one's at 5. This is actually really, really good so far, moisture readings. I'm going to take one here at the center. Okay. We stick it in. I kind of like to leave it there for a few minutes. Temperature and moisture, humidity are kind of staying the same. All right. And you can see how it indicates we're looking for moisture in the wood. My battery's full, which is good. And it's not going to go. Now, if this thing were high moisture content, this thing would be beeping like you wouldn't believe. But these are the many tools that pest control guys like myself have to check the moisture level. Now, we're at 10% back here, which is understandable because this is closer to. Now I'm going to stick this thing in here and watch me drop it, but I just want to get a reading. Now, this one is reading about 10. I'm going to try a different spot. Let's try a different one. Oh. All right. Well, I'm going to take a few more moisture readings, but that's what we do for the moisture, okay? And it should go back to 0. So you can go out and buy one of these yourself online, or you can just hire a pest control professional. All right, more to come. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back out here at the truck, and I'm getting my next tool. My next tool is called Excalibur. It's a very long screwdriver. In fact, I'm going to try to get it in the shot here. See how long that is? And I'll show you what I do with it. This is my other tool, my truck. We're doing the exterior inspection now. So what I do with my Excalibur here is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to check back behind here. Because if I had to pick a place where there's going to be termites, it'd be right here where there's a lot of moisture. So we're going to pull this back as best we can. Don't worry, it's ivy, it'll grow back. And we're going to check to make sure that you don't have any termites. We're going to poke the ground a little bit. Kind of wait and see what we got. Now we do have a void right here, and it kind of stops right there. So we want to make sure that we're looking in the void. Like that. So, okay. Now, another thing I'm looking for when I'm doing an exterior inspection is I'm looking for previous termite application. And usually that's indicated by holes being drilled into the concrete. I don't see that, so pretty much we're going to assume that there's not been a previous termite treatment. ladies and gentlemen, my suggestion is make sure you have a termite treatment. So we're checking the windows. All right. Nobody's home, by the way. This is a vacant house. We're checking down here. Checking under here, making sure we're not missing anything. All right. Now, if there were termites, they would maybe come up this crack right here. Path of least resistance. But looks like this house is pretty good so far. All right, I'll meet you around back. All right, I said I'd meet you around back, but I just wanted to point something out here in the front. All right, so we got a void here, so we want to look in this void right here to make sure. And sometimes, you know, having a camera like this also helps too, so you don't have to bend down. So we're just gonna take a flashlight in there just to make sure, because termites do like these little voids here. Let's see, can we find anything? Let's try to focus a little bit. Everything looks good. All right. And two is, we got to pull this stuff back. It's not good to have mulch up against your house like this, okay? Because what is mulch made out of? Mulch is made out of basically wood chips. And what do termites like to eat? If you all watched Full House as a kid, wood. All right, so far so good. We got another void down here. So we want to come back in here in this crack. Kind of look down in here, make sure. Could a little varmint come out and get me? Possibly. Oops, sorry about that. I'm trying to get a good camera angle here. I don't have a GoPro. Maybe my book guy will let me buy a GoPro. What do you think, guys? Comment below. So get this man a GoPro. All right, so we're gonna pull this stuff back. Really, you do not want the dirt to come up. This is fine. This is good right here. This is not, okay? So if you have a house, focus. If you have a house, you do not want it to come up here. Because what you're doing is, if you don't have a termite treatment, but what you're doing is you're giving termites and other varmints easy access to your house. You know, if this person would have called and said, I got bugs in my house and they're in this room. They're in this room right here. Well, I could probably tell you why. So we're just gonna kind of move this back. Okay, so this is part of a termite treatment, is to correct the soil around the house to make sure that it is not optimal for termite activity. This isn't great, but it's better than what it was. So, because we got to see this brick underlaying right here to make sure we don't have any termite tubes. Sorry if my camera works down. I'm not paying attention to the screen. I'm paying attention to my Excalibur. All right. Everything looks good. All right. Let's make our way to the backyard. So now we get to the backyard, and it's a little bit easier because we can see the ground to there. Now, some people may just walk quickly by. They don't see any mud tubes, they're okay. But we need to make sure that we're getting everything, because my company is going to say that this house, so far, has no visible signs of wood destroying organism activity or termite activity. And if I miss a spot, it's on me and my company to be, we're held responsible for it. You know, if we were to do a termite job here, we'd do stuff like wave. Well, actually, we wouldn't wave that because that's 4x4. You don't have to. And see, that's just the thing. Does your termite guy know that? Well, I know that because I went and got a master termite technician. I am a master termite technician. And the good people at DPR and Clemson University, which we're close to, put on a class for pest control guys to become a master termite technician. And part of it is a 4x4 piece of wood like this doesn't have to be waved. It is treated already. Even though it's wood to ground contact, we don't have to wave that. Waving meaning that we would still treat, but we're not responsible for any damage, okay? So if a DPR inspector comes and inspects this house after a termite treatment, and they don't see a waiver, but they see this, they're okay with that. All right, same thing with that over there. All right, so this underneath the porch looks good. Now, this is that void that we couldn't see too well, so I'm kind of not really too concerned, but I'm paying a little bit more attention to it, making sure that we don't have any termite tubes coming up the side of the house. All right, now let's back out. Hopefully I'm not gonna hit my head. Now, another thing we look for here in a termite is this right here, okay? Now, if this were a termite job, these particular steps would be waived. Why is that? Because this was this was not manufactured like this, okay? If you look closely right here, someone made these steps. I can't remember what they call them, but made these steps to hold the stairs. Made these steps out of regular wood. They were not manufactured like that. Okay. And then we get down to here with this post here. So if we were to do a termite job on this house, these steps right here would have to be waived. We'd still treat them, we'd still get the treatment, but they would have to be waived. DPR would look at that, and if I didn't put a waiver on it, they'd say, hey, Schmidt, why don't you put a waiver on that? And see, the thing is, I took these classes, and they didn't, and I should know better. You can't claim ignorance. So we're looking here to make sure we don't have any termites. Looking up here to make sure we don't have any climbing up the pole. So even though this is not a big house, and even though this is not a hard house, I didn't even have to put my crawl suit on because it was basically walk-in crawl space from front to rear. You still have to do your due diligence as a pest control professional. So you don't want a guy that's going to come out here and just write it off. This is a huge investment for whoever's buying this home. And we want to make sure that we get a good house that doesn't have any issues. So we've got issue back here. I might have to check with this neighbor and see if I can't get in their backyard to check the other half of this house. So we'll be right back at you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, fix it to head into the house. We're gonna unlock it. It should be empty. That's what the real estate agent told me. So we're just gonna kind of pop it open a little bit. Usually what I like to do is say, pest control, pest control. All right. I'll take sorry about that, take the key and put it down here. Wipe off any dirt, because we don't want to put footprints. I'm going to take my shoes off here. All right. And now we're going to inspect the inside. And this is, we're going to start back here. Very nice house. Good starter home for somebody. And I'm going to take my outside wall and I'm going to shine my light down the wall to see if we have any bubbling. Sometimes termites can get into the drywall and eat the drywall, and it'll be kind of a, I gotta do this with one hand. It'll kind of be just a bubble, okay? And I kind of look up top to make sure we don't have any exit points, okay? Because sometimes during the swarm season, you'll have exit points. That's not an exit point, that's what it appears to be. All right, we're out here in the garage. We're looking for previous termite treatment, and I don't see one. Okay? I don't see a previous termite treatment. Looking all around. Okay. Another thing we're looking for too is in the concrete near the house, we're looking for form board. So I'm looking for any kind of form board that might be in a crack like this, but this is just, this is one piece of concrete that just kind of cosmetic like that. This right here is not form board, but it's just a piece of siding, it looks like. So we're checking for the holes. We got an attic. You know what that means. We check the attic. So even though this is a 16,000 square foot house, I know that because I looked it up online before I came out here. We're already at an hour. A good termite inspection should take at least an hour, okay? Anybody that comes in 15 minutes and says they're done with your termite inspection, I question what they're inspecting, you know? You know, if this crawl space were any worse, and I had to put a crawl suit on, it probably could take longer. You know? These are the kind of things that you want to look out for. All right. So, next stop is the attic. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're up here in the attic. Now, up here in the attic, you got to be super careful. This is what I learned in tree care. Keep 3 points of contact at all times. 2 feet in a hand or 2 hands in a feet. Well, a couple things here as a homeowner that you want to get up in your attic and look is this right there. I'm going to turn this light off and you're going to see daylight. Anywhere you see daylight, bugs can get in. Okay? So I'm moving the camera around. I don't have my flashlight, so I want you to see some daylight. It's not too bad. Just got that one entry. So sometimes if a customer says, oh, I'm hearing stuff up in my attic. Well, that could be it. Now we're gonna try to get over here. I'm gonna stick Excalibur in my belt. Sheath it, as they would say. And I'm gonna try to get it over here. Now, usually in an attic where you see these beams here, there's usually a piece of wood directly underneath it so you could put your foot there. Okay, so that's kind of what I've done here, see? All right? You don't want your foot going through the ceiling, because if not, I would have to fix that. A couple other things I'm looking for: boring holes like this right here. See that right there, that boring hole? You can tell something's been up here, okay? See the droppings? See the droppings in there? So at one point, people here probably could have been hearing something. Here's another boring hole right there, see? If you just sit and look, you can find them. Hopefully I'm not gonna find a mouse or anything. All right. So we're just looking. Okay, we're gonna move down a little bit. Put Excalibur back in his thing here. It's gonna be a long video. But you know what? This is an inspection video, you know? Check it out up here. Now, my eyes are catching a lot more than what you're seeing on the video, so just be aware of that. So I'm gonna make sure I'm not stepping on anything. There's a piece of wood there. Sometimes you need to tap it first to make sure you're not, definitely don't want to step there. My foot will go straight through. Oops, sorry guys. A little bit of a disco going on, right? All right. Now we're gonna move down. Always make sure if you have to have something in your other hand, that your other hand is holding on to something. It's very important. Kick your stuff away to reveal that board. Okay? All right, now I've been doing this for a long time, so I kind of haven't gone through a floor or ceiling yet. Okay? But we're looking for stuff up here. Sometimes you want to zoom your light in if you can to kind of focus in on what you're looking for. Okay? And zoom out. All right? Here we're at the front. Usually when you see that kind of, I'm gonna try to zoom in a little bit. When you see that kind of ceiling material, that's the front porch. All right, so the front porch, we're at the front. So we're getting all of the attic space. So I'm gonna shut this off, kind of give you an idea for the attic. I'm gonna finish my inspection. If you're selling a house, be sure to get your wood infestation report done by a pest control professional, done sooner than later. Now, my suggestion is you gotta do it 30 days before. So it should be the first thing on your list. That way, if anything happens in that inspection, or if there's any changes that need to be made, a moisture barrier needs to be put down, a termite application needs to be put down, or anything like that, it can be done within time to get your house sold in the time frame that you want it. So give me a call. My name is Will Schmidt with Schmidt Pest Management, 864-546-5234, or you can check us out online, schmidtpestmanagement.com. Check us out on the Facebook, check us out on email, not check us out on email, but email us, schmidtpestmanagement@gmail.com. All right, guys, there you have it. That's a wood infestation report done on a very small house. 1,600 square feet, but we checked the crawl space, we checked the inside of the house, we checked the attic, we checked the garage, we checked everything. I'm fairly confident in this house, and when I give my report to the real estate agent and the homeowner, or the person buying it, they will be confident in their house too. It's a good idea to hire a pest control professional to do this kind of work. Somebody that not only does the inspections, but also does the work. There's some guys out there that only do termite inspections, which is great. And there's some guys that don't. I do both. I like to do the application. I know my termites, and I like to do the inspection. I'm a master termite technician, a master pest control technician, and I'm certified in the wood infestation report class. I've taken the class for it. So I'm pretty knowledgeable in what I know. There's a lot of things I don't know, but bugs I know, okay? So give me a call, 864-546-5234. Check us out online at schmidtpestmanagement.com. Check us out on email, schmidtpestmanagement@gmail.com. You're already checking us out on Facebook, or you may be checking us out on YouTube, so whichever one you're checking out, go to the other one. Okay, we got a Facebook page. We also got a YouTube channel, and I think we're Instagram. I set that up. Yeah, I set that up, and so check us out on Instagram. So a lot of ways you can check us out. Feel free to give me a call. You can text me on that number I just gave you, 864-546-5234. I know this video was a little bit long, but I wanted you guys to kind of see a little bit of how a termite inspection, a wood infestation report goes. There's a lot of stuff I did off camera that you didn't see. That's just kind of a little bit of a snippet. So I know people in the video are probably gonna be like, hey, you didn't check this out, you didn't check that out. That's fine. We all like to be armchair quarterbacks. We all like to make sure that we're all smarter than the other guy, but that's okay, okay? This house is I'm pretty confident with this house. It's a great little house. Whoever's buying it, I think they're gonna get a nice little house. So, like I said, give us a call, 864-546-5234. Check us out online at schmidtpestmanagement.com, and Facebook and YouTube, all that kind of great stuff. Have a great day. More videos to come. 2019 is going to be a great year for Schmidt Pest Management, and it can be a great year for you to have bug-free. So remember, with Schmidt Pest Management, the bugs stop here. They stop with me. Have a great day. Bye.